up been the first makers of music, singing lullabies to their babies to calm their fears and hunger and all kinds of things. The babies, when they can first vocalize, probably join their mothers in song. And so a long time ago, music history was born. My stories tonight are about music history, a part of it called classical music. And classical music has come a long way, but it has divided into composers and performers and listeners. The composers you see here are considered great composers, the ones I learned about, and they were all men. When in graduate school I asked, can I study women composers? They said, if there were women composers as good as Bach, Beethoven, and Brahms, you can study them. I said, Bach, Beethoven, and Brahms. They were the ones from my early piano books. I know them, I love them, but I'd like to introduce you to some women composers. Let's meet these guys first, and then we'll move on to the women. Johann Sebastian Bach, the first of the three Bs, just in case you didn't know him. He was an organist and choir master. He wasn't actually famous in his own time. He had to be resurrected and rewritten back into history about a century later. Ludwig van Beethoven, the second of the three Bs, also German, kept writing even though he lost his hearing in his 20s. His 9 symphonies and many concertos are among the most performed in the orchestral world. Johannes Brahms, another German, was seen so much as Beethoven's successor that his first symphony was called Beethoven's 10th. Brahms is famous for a lullaby of his own, la la la, la la la, that one. And I hope he sang it to the baby it was dedicated to. So now that we have a background of these original three Bs, I'd like to present a feminized version of women masters. I'm going to do more than just pink washing of history, though. I'm going to prove that first professor wrong. So this is my feminized list. These women composers were all famous in their time. If you like what you hear about them tonight, look them up. Ask your favorite musicians, conductors, music store owners to include their names and others on their performance lists. This is Amy Cheney Beach. She spent time on her mother's lap as a child, memorizing music. At 16, she began a promising concert career. She married and changed her name to Mrs. H.H.A. Beach, and her music became very popular as performing. She was actually commissioned to write music for such as the World Columbian Exposition in Chicago, pictured here. After Dr. Beach died, she resumed her concertizing career. She spent the rest of her life in New York and many summers composing at the MacDowell Colony, a prestigious artist retreat in her native New Hampshire. The second of the female three Bs is Lily Boulanger. She is the younger sister of the more famous Nadia Boulanger. Nadia was known for teaching composers who would later become very famous, including Aaron Copland. But Nadia's favorite student was Lily. Lily started seriously composing at 16. At 19, she was the first woman ever to receive the Prix de Rome's first grand prize for composition. The Boulangers actually had very good luck with the Prix de Rome. Nadia won second prize 5 years before Lily. Their father, Ernest, won first grand prize 73 years before that. Unfortunately, Lily's luck ran out, and she died at age 24. Another composer, Grażyna Bacewicz, was born into a musical family, this one in Poland. She was a talented violinist and composer, studied at the Warsaw Conservatory, then went to Paris to study with Nadia Boulanger, remember the sister. She returned to Warsaw, where she taught, she married, had a daughter, kept performing, kept composing, and even after music was nationalized in Poland and later, she kept composing and kept her voice. She is so well known among the Poles and well regarded as a leader and model for Polish composers that there are streets and statues and schools named after her. So these now are the three women that we have met. Beach, Boulanger, Bacewicz. Say them with me. Beach, Boulanger, Bacewicz. If you say these often and loudly enough, they will become as familiar as those three guys whose names I've now forgotten. So, yay!